Here is an explanation for the answer to final exam question number 42, found on page 670 of Teach Yourself Electricity and Electronics, 5th edition. The question poses us with a conundrum. Suppose that we buy a whole bunch of fixed capacitors rated at 680 picofarads plus or minus 10%. Here is the symbol for a capacitor. Remember that curved line that you will often see, not always, but often, in a capacitor symbol. The curved line usually represents the side that is more nearly connected to electrical or chassis ground. That's just a convention that you will sometimes see. Just as a little aside, but this is the situation. These are the ratings of the capacitor. Then we test a bunch of them. We test 4 of them, and we come up with values of 597, 608, 755, and 797 in the 4 cases. Which, if any of these values would indicate that it's a reject, that it's outside that tolerance range? Well, what we can do is we start by taking 10% of 680. 680 times 10%, or 1/10, equals 68. Then the acceptable range is 680 minus 68, which turns out to be, what is that? 680 minus 70 would be 610. That would be 612 picofarads at the minimum. And at the maximum, 680 plus 68 would give us 748 picofarads. So this is the range that our component has to be within. 612 to 748. Well, if we look at these 4 choices, A, B, C, and D in this question, all 4 of them are outside of that range. So all 4 of them are going to be rejects. That's not a very good situation. Hopefully, in real life, you'll have better luck than that with electronic components. The correct choice here is E as in echo. By the way, measuring capacitance is rather difficult. It's not anywhere near as easy as measuring resistance. Capacitance it depends on other components in a circuit that is rather complicated. It's a little more difficult than a simple ohm meter, but it can be done. It can be done. And in this case, with our sophisticated capacitometer, or whatever we might want to call it, we have come up with 4 rejects. Correct answer, E as in echo.